Okay, today's video, guys, it's about the it's a course description for the Morgantown Marathon that's coming up in a couple of days. It's on September 23rd. Now, the course description for the full marathon also covers the half marathon, and also a portion of the 8K Mountain Mama is mostly done on the first part of the half marathon course. But I'm going to stick mainly with the full marathon. Since I'm not too familiar with the street names in Morgantown, I'm not going to say names. I'm just going to go by miles. And I'm getting all this information from the aid station maps that is on the Morgantown Marathon website. Now, this will be the second time that I have done the full marathon. I've also done the 8K Mountain Mama, and I've done the half marathon. So I've done all three races in the series. But this year will be my second time doing the full marathon, and that course has changed a little bit from the first year that when I did it, the inaugural race. Here you see the elevation map, and you can see elevation wise it's more like rolling hills for about the first 6 miles, and then at about 6.5 it starts going uphill to its highest point around 1250 feet, and then it goes down to more like 800 feet maybe, and then it goes up again, and then it goes down, levels off, and just little ups and downs there until you get to approximately mile 22, where 22 goes down to the Mon River Trail in Morgantown, and it stays pretty much flat there, just a little elevation until it gets to mile 25, sorry, and then it goes uphill at mile 25 to reach mile 26 near the Coliseum for the finish. But anyway, that's the first, that's the elevation. Now, the first 6.5 miles of this, the half and the full follow the same route. Then they split so that the half loops back around the first half, the 6.5 miles of the first one. The first part, it loops back in that area to get the 13, well, about 12 miles, and then it goes back out onto Patterson Drive, leading back to the Coliseum. So that covers pretty much the half, the first 6 miles, and they are like rolling hills. There may be a hill or two that's a little steep, but nothing major in the half marathon. At least I didn't think it was really major hills. But you can see the water stops that's on there. There's 3 on the first 6.5 miles or so, and then once you get past once the full and the half split, then you're going to run into a hill. Mile 7 leads up to a hill, and then from 7 to 9, it's all uphill with the water stops on the hill at around mile 8, and then again at mile 9 when you get to the top of the hill. After the top of the hill, you're going to start going down, and the course at that point is going to take you through the downtown campus of WVU, and it leads down to High Street, which is one of the party capitals of the city. It's where all the bars and there's a lot of restaurants and things like that along High Street. Now, there's a couple of there's another aid station when you get near the downtown campus. There'll be another aid station there, and then when you get down to mile 11, you'll finish going through downtown Morgantown, and then you'll cross the Deckers Creek. And once you cross there, you're going to run past, pretty close to the Morgantown High School, their high school within their football field. And then they'll start going back uphill again to mile 12. And then mile 12, and once you get to mile 12, you'll crest a steep hill, just a small steep hill, and you'll start going downhill again, and you'll go downhill more like down a little bit, and then it levels off, and then down a little bit and levels off. Instead of going all the way down here, you're actually going across the hill. And then once you get down to the halfway point around mile 13, you're going to be running mostly flat for a short time, and then you have a steep hill when it's time to go to mile 14, which around there you'll start on the Deckers Creek Trail. And then you go on, after you go on the Deckers Creek Trail, it's about maybe about 3/4 of a mile, and then you'll go on to the main street, the main road, Route 7. You'll actually be running alongside some traffic there. And there's water stations, as you can see on the map. There's water stations around miles 12 and 12 and a half. Before you get on the Deckers Creek Trail, there's one, and there's one along the highway. Mile 15, after you get off the Deckers Creek Trail, you'll lead up to mile 15 on the main road for approximately 3/4 of a mile again, and then you'll go back onto you go onto the Deckers Creek Trail. It's another trail that the Deckers Creek Half Marathon is ran on that one. And then from 16, about 16 and a half, you'll go back on the main road again and start going up what's called Greenback Road. And you have an aid station on Greenback Road. Now, anybody that's from Morgantown, Greenback Road is a hill. Now that hill, once you start going up that hill, it's going to kind of go up and get a little flat, then up and a little flat. It's kind of it's like a rolling hill. It's not like a constant uphill battle. Now you'll do that until you get up to mile 19, and then you'll turn into the White Park area. Now inside that area, you'll come across a couple of aid stations there again, and you go around and through the park to mile 20. And then a little past mile 20, you're going to come upon the same area that you saw when you were at mile 12. They loop a little bit there, and you're going to see a cemetery, the same cemetery you saw coming up the hill to mile 12. You're going to see again at around mile 20 or so, and it circles around. There's residential areas there, so you're going to be running by houses, and when you get through those houses, there's another aid station that's going to be before you get to mile 21. And 21, going down from like 20 and a half to 21, it's a rolling hill again, but it's going to lead you down to where mile 20 puts you into the White Park area. You're going to go back to the Greenback Road, but this time you're going to go up the hill, continue up instead of going down toward 19. You're going to go to the right, which is going to take you up the hill to mile 22, and 22 is kind of your last high point for a while, because after that you'll go down to Don Knotts Boulevard for a short time, and then the full course will go onto the Mon River Trail, and it'll stay on the Mon River Trail until a little after mile 25. There'll be a couple aid stops on the trail, and one before you get off of the trail, leading to mile 26. And like I said, 26 is the final hill, the final climb up to the Coliseum. And when you get to the Coliseum, that's where the finish line is, and you'll be greeted with all kinds of things, medals, people cheering you on, and best of all, beer. Michelob Ultra it's been the pick for most of the races the 3 that I completed from the Morgantown Marathon Series. But that kind of gets the gist of the entire course for the full. I hope that gives everybody an idea, and with the pictures you can go back and look and see where the aid station will be for you, so you know what's coming up. And if you guys have any questions, I know it's late putting this up, but this course hasn't changed much since the inaugural run 2 years ago. The only difference with this run from when I did it the first time is running on the Mon River Trail, and instead of Don Knotts Boulevard and then up Beechhurst the whole time. And I think that may be due to just to get us off of the main road, because that's like a main hub there, and we don't have to worry about people speeding by. But hope this answers some questions anybody would have about the course. If you're doing the course in 2017, I wish you luck. Maybe I'll see you there. If you see me, say hi. I'll be wearing my marathon hat, and I'll be doing my recording like I do. Come up and say hi to me. If it's 2018 and you're doing this, I'm probably going to be doing it in 2018 also. So whenever, if you see me, say hi. Come up and meet me. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hope we gave you some information. Let me know if it helped you after the race, and let me know how you did. Thanks for watching, guys.